The academic case study that I selected was on stress management. This topic immediately got my attention because it was something I could relate to. Stress is something that happens to all of us no matter how we display it. We shouldn't be ashamed of it because it is a part of who we are as people. The way I define stress would be getting overwhelmed with things going on around you that can't be controlled. It is a topic that people should be interested in because there's a lot that goes on that comes with stress that not everyone could understand unless someone experienced it themselves. The article is called Studies on Stress Management, a case study of Avatar Steel Industries, Chennai, India, by Geta Kumari and K.M. Paisley. It states in the article, this will help to find out new areas uncovered and to study them in depth. The oil studies made on stress among employees are briefly reviewed here. There are different factors that play into leading to people having stress and broken up into 4 categories: physical, psychological, psychosocial, and psychospiritual. The first stress I'll be talking about is physical stress, and that's when someone's body responds to physical, mental, and emotional pressure. A couple of examples of this stress would be sleep problems, panic attacks, and breathing issues. There are a couple of ways to control the stress physically that would make you feel a lot better going into it. The first way to solve this problem would be to relax and breathe. This has always worked for me. I would take a couple of deep breaths between lines, make eye contact, breathe in for a second, and continue the process. Sleep is important to have while trying to maintain stress because if you don't get enough sleep, then it can mess with your mind. Sleep is extremely important. The last reason would be panic attacks. Panic attacks is something to take seriously. It is how anxiety can really turn physically and emotionally. The effects that come from a panic attack are the muscles becoming extremely weak, the heartbeat beating nonstop, the feeling that they are about to pass out, and having a hard time saying words. Psychological stress describes what people experience when they are under pressure. There are examples of psychological stress that's the loss of a loved one, relationship conflicts at home, and health problems. When the stress comes to someone, it can lead to depression or feeling nervous. Psychosocial stress is where it has consequences that are between the adverse experiences we meet in our everyday lives and our ability to cope with them. And an example of this would be divorce, a natural catastrophic, or death. The main cause of this are situations that would make someone feel excluded, not good enough, or as if they feel like an outcast that doesn't belong in society. Psychospiritual stress is a crisis of values, meaning, and purpose, instead of productive, satisfactory, meaningful, or fulfilling work, and misalignment within one's core spiritual beliefs. Examples of showing psychological spiritual stress are relationships and financial or career pressures. The main cause of this stress being shown is when the intense insanity of the experiences start becoming too much on someone that lets their emotions be released or also influenced based on the person's history. Stress is something that people should always be careful around others because you don't know what people might be going through. Today, I'm going to show you charts that show strategy on how to reduce stress and personal factors that are influencing stress. The first chart that I will be showing you today will be this chart here, table 24, that shows personal factors that are influencing stress. And as you can tell, it's split up into 4 different parts, which is perception, attitude, health condition, and personality, in which the biggest influence in stress would be personality, which is something that people might feel on how they might be perceived as by other people based on how they're presented. And also, the second chart that I'm going to be showing you is strategies on how to reduce stress, which shows yoga, motivation, meditation, counseling, and indoor games. In which shows on the chart that meditation and motivation are the 2 biggest factors on how to reduce stress, which is something that I would do. So